Hello Synapse CI/CD fans, my name is Rui Cunha and I'm a support escalation engineer on the Azure Synapse Analytics team. Welcome to this video series on Synapse CI/CD. In today's video, we will be demonstrating how you can deploy your workspace artifacts to a target environment when your workspace is integrated with an Azure DevOps Git repo. We will be covering data plane resources only, so any control plane related resource like a SQL pool or Spark pool will be out of scope. We will be demonstrating a very simple use case. Consider we are in a multi-environment scenario and that we have finished the development of our code in our dev environment, and now we want to deploy our artifacts or a bug fix to a testing environment, UAT for example. Our workspace is integrated with an Azure DevOps Git, and we are required to set up a CI/CD workflow to deploy our artifacts across multiple environments. Let's watch the demo and see how you can achieve this. So here it is, my dev workspace. I still don't have anything developed yet. So I've just integrated this workspace with my Git repo, and here I have my UAT workspace. It's not integrated with any repo. So as a best practice, you should only have your dev environment integrated with Git. This is where, in development, where you make your changes to the code, where you build, where you test. You should only have the source environment integrated with your Git repository. UAT, pre-prod, prod, those are live environments, and you don't want these environments integrated with any Git repo. So back to my dev environment. I will start by creating here a new branch. So I will show you how we can deploy the workspace artifacts from a lower environment to an higher environment. So let me create here my feature branch, my feature, and let me just create one pipeline, just a simple wait activity here, call it my pipeline, and one notebook here, my notebook. I will attach this notebook to this Apache Spark pool and print a simple hello world, hello my Synapse CI/CD fans. Okay, now I will commit all my changes. Here in the branches, I should have now my feature branch with my notebook and my pipeline here. Back to my workspace, I'm going to merge my changes. So here it is, my notebook and my pipeline in a single commit, merging these changes into my main branch. Complete. I will delete my feature branch after merging, and once the merge is completed, I will switch to my main branch. Here it is, my notebook, my pipeline, and now I will publish my changes. Now, if we go to the branches, we have here this workspace publish. It's been initiated by the publish operation, but no files yet. This is because the ARM templates haven't been generated yet. Now, in this first stage, the publish operation will persist all these pending changes in live mode, and then when this publishing is finished, a second phase will start, that is the ARM template generation. These ARM templates are now being generated and saved in our workspace publish. And this is the outcome of your continuous integration flow, let's say in Synapse. These two JSON files, they will represent your ARM templates, and the standard or default properties will be exposed here. Connection string, URL. Now, these two ARM templates will be used as the input for our continuous delivery stage. How do I kick off this continuous delivery in Synapse? We simply go here to pipelines, and you can create a release pipeline. I will use a classic pipeline in this example. I don't have any release pipeline yet, so I will create my first release pipeline. I will not select any template, start an empty, and I will name this as deploy workspace from dev to UAT, my workspace. Now here there's a few things that you need to configure. First, you need to select here the artifacts for your stage. These artifacts will be the ARM templates, so you need to specify this. The source type for these ARM templates will be your Azure DevOps repo. I will choose my project, my repo, and the default branch for this artifact will be my workspace publish. I will call this my ARM templates dev, and I will add this to my pipeline. I need to configure this stage, and I will add a task to this agent job to run the deployment of the artifacts from dev to UAT. Search here for Synapse, and we have here this Synapse Workspace deployment. That's the deployment task. That's the official extension that you can use to deploy your artifacts across multiple environments. I still don't have this extension installed here in my organization, and I wanted to show you how you can do it from scratch. So I will get this extension here. This will take me to another page from the marketplace. I will get this extension now. Now I need to select my DevOps organization. So here I will hit the install button to start installing this. Now, proceeding to organization, just double checking. Here you go to organization settings, and then extensions, installed. Here it is, my extension. After installing the extension, you can save your pipeline, and then you can edit the pipeline. Click on the plus sign, search for Synapse, and now you should see the add button to add your task to the stage. The next step is to start configuring this extension. I will quickly show you how you can populate all these fields here to configure this extension. When you browse for a template, this will take you to the artifact that you have set up, and you choose here template for workspace. This will be your template, and the template parameters will be this file here. You need to set up the connection type. The connection type will be your DevOps service principal that will run this task. Now I have my available subscription, and I need to authorize. When I hit the authorize button, this will create the DevOps service, the service principal for your DevOps connection. And this service principal will be granted the contributor role on all resources in the selected subscription. And I will hit the authorize button to start configuring the Azure service connection. Resource group here, it will be the resource group of my target workspace. my RG Synapse, and my target workspace will be my Synapse CI/CD UAT. I will save. And before creating a release, I need to make sure that this DevOps service principal is granted the necessary Synapse RBAC in the UAT. So I need to make sure that this service principal is granted, and I'm going to grant the Synapse Artifact Publisher because I'm not using this option here, deploy manage private endpoints. You will see in a future session when you want to deploy your managed private endpoints from your template, it means that your source workspace is a managed VNet workspace. The Synapse RBAC that you need is the Synapse Administrator. The Synapse Artifact Publisher is not sufficient. Here, my DevOps Service Principal. If I go here to my connection type and I hit this Manage button, it will take me to the Service Connections blade here. And you have this option, Manage Service Principal. Okay, and here it is my DevOps Service Principal in my AED. So if I can simply take this and go to my UAT, I will have this user here and grant this role, Artifact Publisher. We just do a refresh, and now back to my deployment task. I will save this and create my release. So now my Synapse deployment is in progress, and if you mouse over here on stage 1, you can get the logs. Let's wait for this deployment to complete. Now it's the deployment task is running. Let me just click here. We have the information about the workspace, complete replacement, and we get a 400 exception here. Let's see in more details about this 400. That's a bad request during the notebook creation, and there's an invalid reference, my Spark pool. And this is where one of the best practice in Synapse CI/CD comes in. You need to have a pool with the same name across environments. If not, what you need to do is to use a custom template parameter to override the Spark pool name. Apache Spark pool here is missing, so there's a bad request because the notebook failed to publish here in this UAT environment. So I need to create, if I want to use my default template, I'm not overriding any parameter, so I need to use the same Spark pool as I have here. That's my Spark pool. So I'm going to my Synapse UAT. Let me bring this here and create my Spark pool. Put it here, doesn't matter, disable this, 3 nodes, create, back to my release here. Let me just click here and create a new release. Release 2, let's see, UAT, it's still deploying, but it's now deployed. Okay, good. So now back to the deployment task. The task will skip the deployment of any default resource. We are talking about auto-resolve integration runtime, the default linked services. All of those will be skipped. Now, this deployment was successful, and back to our UAT workspace. We should see now the pipeline deployed. Here it is. My pipeline and my notebook as well is deployed here. Let us know your thoughts and share your ideas, tips and tricks in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.